तस्मै ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामीनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
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 Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण।
Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, chapter number 12, which is entitled as the creation of the Kumaras and others. Creation of the Kumaras. So we should see the creation of Kumaras today and others. That's the question mark, right? Who are the others and why were they created? So we will just look at the translations today, in the interest of. By the way, I'm supposed to stop around 9 o'clock, correct? Yeah. And then some Q&A. And then maybe 9:15 prasadam, yeah? That's what I've been guided to, yeah? So we have got 1 hour, yeah? Oh, that clock is slightly ahead, isn't it?
You can take till 9:50.
I can take the?
9 till 9:50.
No, it's as per school timing, you know.
There's so many things we have to do, right? You know what's the best alarm clock in the world? Purpose. The purpose is the best alarm clock. If you have a purpose in life, then you'll wake up. Prabhupada had a purpose in life, so he woke up. So as devotees, if we have goal and determined towards that purpose, then we'll wake up. Then don't need all this rigmarole of different timings and multiple alarms and all that. Yeah. Have you seen this? Whenever we know we have to wake up, like there is something urgent, then that day we wake up even without the alarm clock. Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes we wake up 5 minutes before alarm clock, half an hour before alarm clock, right?
Maybe a flight.
When we have flight. So there is a purpose, yeah. So life should be like that. We should be ready like fire brigade, because we don't know when the fire will come, but they are always ready, yeah. So if we have that kind of fire in our life, that anything can happen anytime, and we have to be ready for Krishna's call, then we'll wake up, because time wasted is time wasted, yeah. Prabhupada said that, according to Chanakya Pandit's definition at least, that time is more valuable than wealth. And we know this, right? Time is more valuable than wealth. Why? Why is time more valuable than wealth?
Because you can't buy time. You can't buy time.
You can't buy time, yeah. So time is, if you lose wealth, you can revoke it somehow, yeah. But time is irrevocable. And so much so that time even cannot be revoked with wealth. That's how expensive it is, yeah. So most expensive thing in life is time. Most expensive thing. So time has to be valued. Coming from somebody who is known to be very punctual, yeah. Because I was speaking about this in one of the Bhagavatam sessions with you guys, right? That Madhavanand can be very strict with time. Did he?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, like a couple of days ago.
We learned that in the class when the door was locked.
Yeah, very true. And I'm good friends with OJCP Prabhu as well. So he's the only one, I think, from what I know, in the Melbourne. Can you hear me at the back? He's the only one in the Melbourne congregation who is more strict than me. Most of these guys know that I'm very, strict, but he can be more strict, because my definition on time is on time. His definition of time means to be early. To be early is to be on time. To be on time is late. And to be late is unacceptable. That's how he operates. So he even puts me under, stress. So I was here at 7:30 and I just parked my car and I was doing Gayatri and I was listening to some kirtan because I was slightly embarrassed to come very early. So I literally parked my car and I was waiting. You all are locals. I came all the way from Port Melbourne and I could just, it's just like in the blood, I can't be late. Anyway, we digress. So let's read. Why am I reading this? Because this chapter, by the way, my gosh, time goes very quickly now. Okay, let's get into this. 50 verses. So this chapter is Kaushalendra Prabhu and I are very close friends. We were friends before we started. Most of you know that we do a lot of event coordination for the temple, including Timbayat, Parkville, and second, so and so forth, and Madhava's rock band, so and so forth. So we were friends before that as well. We used to go out with kids and stay here, stay there, kind of things for the weekends. But I think it's fair to say that doing events together for the temple brought us even more closer. Like before that, it was only friendship. When you work with somebody, then you really understand each other's pulse, and what irritates the other person and what inspires the other person, so on and so forth. Naturally, right? Working with two people, there's always differences in opinion, so on and so forth. So we became much more closer friend when we started working together. Notwithstanding, we had differences in opinion, no doubt. We had differences in agreements. Sometimes we also had our moments, as you would expect. But everything just made us get closer and more understand each other more, and we became like, now we are, sometimes the Hamrupni Mataji thinks, doubts us. It's like, you're talking to each other too much, So, these days, there's not too many events to coordinate. For now, we are a little quiet, so I'm on camera, but I'll still say this. So it was Valentine's Day, and I didn't call him, and he said he didn't wish me. So Mataji was in the car, and it didn't go down very well. So anyway, I've embarrassed myself now. So anyway, so point is, we are very close friends, right? So this chapter 12 is in the context of things. We are talking about Sarga and Visarga, yeah?
थोड़ा हिंदी भी बताइए
अच्छा थोड़ा हिंदी में भी अच्छा
तो लाइक
Okay, I'll squeeze in Hindi wherever possible, right? मेरा हिंदी थोड़ा फिजी कर
Prabhu, can you do both?
But then where's the time? I can, if you're happy to stay here till midnight, that will be the problem.
वो तो हो ही जाता है कृष्ण प्रभु के साथ तो
और वो तो गपशप में चला जाता है ना अभी तो भागवतम में ही हमारा भजन हो रहा है. So we're talking about Sarga and Visarga, yeah? So we are already on Canto 3, by the way. Bhagavatam has got 12 cantos, 12 cantos है Bhagavatam में. हम अभी Canto 3 पे, ना? How many of you don't understand Hindi? Okay. Oh my gosh.
Until 9:25, 9:30 is okay.
Okay, we push because I'm one off. So a little bit less pressure, more talk today. Yeah? If it's interesting, if it gets slightly, I see you guys. Oh my god, kab band karega. I'll get that sense, then I'll stop. Right? So we'll be dynamic. Yeah, we'll play it by the ear. So anyway, so we are already in Canto 3. A lot of things have happened. So long story short, the whole creation has to be manifested, like the whole material world. Yeah, there is the spiritual world, which is Vaikuntha planets, which is eternal. It's Sanatan. Yeah, Sanatan means eternal. Yeah. So now we are talking about the material world, which is actually also eternal in one sense because it's always there. But in that eternity, it undergoes transformations, beginning from birth to death. Yeah, it's like if I give you an example. Human beings, let's say for now, right, are also an eternal species in the material world, yeah. But the human beings per se, they go through a lot of transformations from womb to the tomb and then reincarnate like that. So material world is also like that. It is eternal because it's always there, but it undergoes sarga and then pralay, which means end of the material world. Yeah? So at this point in time, Bhagavatam is talking about that. Everything was annihilated, the eternal pralay, yeah? Brahma lives for his 100 years. And now he has woken up and he needs to create. So Sarga means the primary creation, and that means Lord Vishnu. Now, Lord Vishnu is the primary creator of the material world. Brahma is also called the creator, but he's the secondary creator. He's called the Visarga. So Lord Vishnu provides all the ingredients, which is Sarga, and Brahma assembles them into different shapes and positions and all those things. So that is called Visarga. Yeah. So it's like, let's say the parents have brought everything from Woolies and put it in the pantry. No? So that's almost like, one sense that's a sarga. Then the Visarga is with that rice, flour, and spices and water and whatever. You can mix it, somebody can mix it and make dosa and make idli and make sambar and make. So that is like a secondary creation now. So if the question becomes, who cooked this rice and sambar today? No? So dosa and sambar today. So it's like, okay, no, you can take this particular name. But is that really the creator? Well, the question is, who supplied everything to it, right? So that's the next question that Bhagavatam answers. So you get the point? So Vishnu is the primary creator, Brahma is the secondary creator. But what is happening here, when Brahma has created the material world, and remember, you have to really go back in time. Yeah? Brahma has created the material world, nothing is existing. It's like just literally shallow. Yeah? Now, so what he has to do is create progeny. People have to come. It's like a new residential area altogether, let's just say. And now people have to come, because people as in people and also other living entities, yeah. That's why the chapter is creation of the Kumaras and others, yeah. So now more things have to be created. And then how? So what we will see today in the next 45-50 minutes is what Brahma goes through in creating this Visarga. And more so in the Visarga, which is secondary creation, what does he go through when he's creating, let's say for now, the human beings? Yeah. Is it piece of cake for him? Or is it a challenge for him? Or is it somewhere in between? And whom are we talking about? Brahma. Lord Brahma, who is the engineer of the material world. He's like the CEO of the company. Yeah. So the board of directors, shareholders are there, which is Vishnu. And he has entrusted Brahma now to create the company and run it and get the human resources to get the employees. Yeah. So is it an easy job for Brahma because he's got 4 heads with so much of intelligence, or is it challenging for him? And the reason I chose this chapter is because Krasnanda and I also do a lot of, let's say, project management, event coordination, project management, right? So because we do it for the temple, and because it is for the pleasure of Prabhupada and Krishna, is it easy for both of us? Or is it we also have our challenges, And what does it mean to be, trying to create something? Now, let's just take one of them. Let's just say Madhava's rock band. Was it piece of cake and they came and they performed and danced and then you paid the ticket and then they went home? That's probably what you saw, right? What we saw from internally, it's like, oh my God, I've never ever worked for my company with the amount of late nights I did for Madhava's rock band as an example, I probably worked maximum till like in some intense due diligence deadlines. I probably worked till 1 o'clock for my company in my 5, 6, 7 years ago. Yeah, I've never worked till like 2:30 or 3 a.m. in the morning, which I have done for Madhava's rock band. So it doesn't, it seems easy on paper, right? You try to organize a birthday party, it seems easy on paper, and then the challenges start, right? Things just don't work for some reason or the other. This is life, yeah. So this is what this chapter is going to bring, yeah. So let's just go through some verses, some of the verses. We won't read some, and then we'll discuss as we go, yeah. Feel free to ask your questions as we progress, yeah. Okay, so somebody would like to read, maybe take turns to read or whatever. Take turns to read. Just read the translation.
Sri Maitreya said, O learned Vidura, so far I have explained to you the glories of the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his feature of Kala. Now you can hear from me about the creation of Brahma, the reservoir of all Vedic knowledge.
So now you can, so Maitreya Muni and Vidura are having this conversation, right? And now Brahma is saying you can hear about the about the creation of Brahma. That's what we are talking. Now Brahma ji ka creation के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? Robin's face is effulgent with bhakti. Na? Can you see it? Like I'm seeing you after like I think a few months now, but there's just like so much bhakti on the. You can see it, na? Oh my God, glowing, na? Huh? Glowing. He's a very, very powerful boy, empowered boy. Okay, let's read more.
Brahma first created the nascent engagements like self-deception, the sense of death, anger after frustration, the sense of false ownership, and the illusory bodily conception or forgetfulness of one's real identity.
Can you read the Sanskrit for this as well? Or you can you read Sanskrit or you want me to read?
Sasajagra nidra tamisram atha tam shram adikrit mahamoham cha moham cha tamas cha jnana vrittayah.
So first thing that Brahma creates in the material world is what? Can you show the Sanskrit as well? Sa jangre andha tamishram. So first thing is andha tamishram. Then atha tamishram adikrit. Then tamishram. So can you remember this if you can for some time? Andha tamishram, then tamishram. Then he creates mahamoham. That's the third thing. Then fourth, moham cha. Cha in Sanskrit means end, by the way. Yeah? So andha tamishram, mahamoham, moham. Four things, yeah. And then tamas cha agnyana, tama. Then he creates tama. So five things. Andha tamishram, mahamoham, moham, and tama. Five things. And these five things are called agnyana virtayaha. Agnyana means ignorance. Virtaya means features, yeah. So these are the five features. Is the first thing that Brahma creates. In simple terms, you can just call them, and they have each their own meanings, which we won't go to today, right? That's another day's discussion. But in simple terms, you can just call them Ajnana Virtaya, the five features of ignorance. Now Brahma has created ignorance. What was Brahma supposed to be creating? Or what is it endeavoring to be creating?
Material.
No, that is already created. At the moment, what we are zooming into?
People.
Human beings is supposed to create. But before he does that, he creates ignorance. Now, natural question has popped up in your mind, na? Why create ignorance? It's like Krishna asked me to come and preach here, and I'm supposed to give you some knowledge, share some knowledge. And at the end of the day, I give you ignorance. And then you tell him Madhavananda completely bewildered us. It's like, I'll be banned from coming here, right? It's like you were supposed to, from ignorance to knowledge, So, why did he do that, yeah? And there's a long story about all this, but we'll just keep it to short, right? For today, because I can see time is flying. So, maybe I'll have to come back next week. Even to finish one chapter. There's one problem with me and Bhagavatam, because I tend to go very deep into it, because that's my favorite book.
Prabhuji, can I request?
Uh-huh.
We want to know everything.
Okay.
Even if it is just one verse, just explain
Okay,
us
fine,
as much
super,
as
thank you.
can.
So, the reason he has to create ignorance is because it is not for the jiva that comes from the spiritual lord who falls down because of his rebellious nature, who wants to be the lord of everything. So that's why Krishna sends him from Vaikuntha into material world. So it's like if somebody falls down and Krishna says, well, I want you to go and experience what material world is, so that you don't have this tendency again, because in Vaikuntha world, there is only one Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that's Vishnu, right? Nobody else can take that position. So my dear child, you cannot take this position. So I'll send you to the material world where you will think you are God. That's how we think, right? Everybody should follow my orders, right? The husband thinks he's the owner of the house or boss of the house. The wife also thinks he is the boss of the house. That's how it used to be, at least. Now, the kids also think they are the boss of the house. It's like, darwaza band kar dena jaane ke samay, bedroom ka. No, that's how. This thing, no? Okay. Sarah is busy, so that's fine. I can say. But kids can listen while they are doing whatever they are doing, right? So it's like, no, mom, can you close the door when you go? It's like, I just need my privacy. I'm the boss of the house, right? So many things, right? And this mentality of trying to be the lord of everything is coming from that nature. Because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna has got this bhava as well. He is the lord of everything. That's how he thinks. So naturally we think like that, yeah. So in the spiritual world, it's not possible to have two gods. But in the material world, Krishna sends us so that we can think that we are masters, when we are actually not. What we are actually is seven, yeah. Jivara Sarupar Hoy, Krishna Nitya. So we are seven, but mistakenly in dream, we think we are the masters. And that's when we are called Purusha. Yeah? So there is Purusha and there is Prakriti. So there is actually only one Purusha, which is Krishna. Everybody is Prakriti, including men and women. They are all feminine from Krishna's point of view, are Prakriti. But when Prakriti mistakenly thinks that he is the Purusha, he acts like a Purusha. That's a mistaken identity. So we have to give up this Purusha bhava to do bhakti. Because bhakti means servant, yeah? Not the master, yeah? I am your Krishna, I am your das. Tell me what to do, like that. Yeah, not that Krishna, I want you to do this because I don't have the money, but I've got the intelligence. So I want my intelligence, your money, and we'll do it, mate. Like that. Sometimes we talk to God like this. No, I know what to do, but you just make it possible. I know, I can plan it out. I can handle this, but I just need your support. Been through this. Rather than actually asking him what I should do, generally our prayers is, I think I can handle this. I think I can buy 2 more houses. But you just get the loan approved for me. I'm praying to you. Tomorrow is the conveyancer coming, the broker coming. You please do something, the loan is approved, then I'll handle from there. So my intelligence, my plan, your power or your money. Yeah. But that's not the bhava. Bhava means like the Pandavas. You tell me what to do, Krishna, and we'll do it. As simple as that. We are your eternal servants for you, right? So anyway, so the 5 Ajnana Vritti is created so that the jiva can function in this material world. Otherwise, the jiva, the moment he dips, he'll want to go back. It's like before Aya here, chala gaya. It's like I can't function here. I'm out of place. So that's why this is created. Yeah. But how do you think Brahma would be feeling after creating, let's say, ignorance? He's a pure devotee of the Lord, right? Doing all this for the Lord. How do you think he will feel?
Not satisfied.
Not satisfied?
Not very happy.
He would want people to not choose that path.
Yeah, let's see how Brahma feels. Next is.
Seeing such a misleading creation as a sinful task, Brahma did not feel much pleasure in his activity, and therefore he purified himself by meditation on the personality of Godhead. Then he began another term of creation.
So Brahma felt displeased. Yeah. So remember this word as well. If you forget Anda Tamishram, Mahamoham, Moham, and Tama, that's fine. You can remember Ajnana Virtehe if you can. If you don't know Sanskrit, then you can remember 5 features of ignorance. Yeah, that was that way. Now in this way, you can remember that Brahma felt displeased. I want you to remember the word displeased. Why? Because you'll see it later. Yeah? So naturally enough, a devotee doesn't gain any pleasure in saying something wrong. Yeah. But Brahma has done it as part of the duty for what is about to happen. Notwithstanding that he is required to do it, he still felt displeased. Yeah, that's his pleasure. And then immediately what did he do? He purified himself. Yeah? So in our Krishna consciousness movement, when we do something either intentional or unintentional, which is not to be done, then we should immediately purify ourselves. Yeah? And our purification is by our sadhana. Yeah? We don't have to do any kind of pashyatap or prayaschitta and all those things. No need to invite a pandit home and do some yagya and all that. That doesn't give us the license to do something wrong, by the way. But if say circumstantially we have done something wrong, inappropriate, then our sadhana has to kick in. Our sadhana has to become deeper, sincere, and stronger. Yeah, sadhana. You know what sadhana means? So sadhana means dhana. Dhana means wealth. Yeah? So a human being's real dhana is his sadhana. Yeah? And we all generally run after money. Yeah? Money is sweeter than honey. Yeah? So we run after money. But from a scriptural point of view, the real wealth is not money. It is the topmost dhana, the sadhana is your bhakti. Yeah? Which again in our case constitutes chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yeah? Reading Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we do this, then that is actually accumulating our real wealth, which will not be taken away from us even at the time of death. Everything else will be taken away from us because they are not ours anyway. Yeah? खाली हाथ आए थे, खाली हाथ ही जाने वाले. बीच में फाइट कर रहे हैं कि हमारा है, हमारा है, हमारा है. The reality is हमारा है ही भी नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं हमारा. Because we came empty-handed, we'll go empty-handed, right? So बीच में अभी हम फाइट कर रहे हैं. ये ईरान का है, यूएस का है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया का है, ये मेरा घर है, ये मेरा परिवार है. All this my is Maya. Yeah. So because of that Ajnana Vritti, that Maya is working on us. So reality, it is all the Lord's property. And how do we know this? At the time of death, it will be taken away. That's why we know it's not ours. Because nothing is going with us. So we know it's somebody else's. So we have two things here. So whatever we own, except for our bhakti, will undoubtedly be taken away from us, which we all know. I don't think anybody will argue on that fact. Yeah? It will be taken away from us. Now the real question is, when we know it will be taken away from us, do we give up voluntarily to Krishna now? And if we do, that becomes bhakti. If we utilize everything in the Lord's service now, whatever we possess, whether it's wealth, knowledge, opulence, power, prestige, beauty, skills, attributes, whatever we have, no? Soft and hard skills, right? If we offer it in a loving service to Krishna and utilize it in his service, then that becomes, that possession that we have becomes bhakti. And if we don't, then when it is taken away from us by force at the time of death, which Yamaraj will do, that becomes karma. So it will be taken away. That part is not negotiable. Choice that we have, either we get entangled in karmic reactions or we give up in bhakti. And the consequence of both of them are dramatically different. Karma means we will come back and have to, either enjoy or suffer for those activities and those possessions. Bhakti means that, we are at the lotus feet of Krishna and we may not even take birth in this material world again, yeah? If you go back to Krishna Loka. So anyway, so Brahma is displeased for creating ignorance and then immediately purifies us. So that's why I was talking about purification in our case through sadhana. See, Bhagavatam is very beautiful. Generally people ask us, now, in Bhakti Vriksha level, like not you are 3 years, but at the beginning of the Bhakti Vriksha, why do bad things happen to good people? Yeah? And you've seen this through your SSRCD, yeah? Presentation. Why do bad things happen to good people? And Bhagavad Gita answers that. Bhagavatam doesn't answer that question, but actually takes it to another level altogether. Bhagavatam doesn't ask why do bad things happen to good people, but actually talks about what do good people do when bad things happen to them. And that's when Bhagavatam opens. When something bad happened to Parikshit Maharaj, what did he do? And the entire Bhagavatam answers that question. What did he do when bad thing happens to us? Yeah. So in our life, this is very important. Yeah, it's a good takeaway home message. When bad things happen to us, especially as devotees now, right, or at least as aspiring devotees, as sadhakas, when bad things happen to us, don't get bogged down to question, well, why did this happen to me, and then get demotivated and all that. Say to yourself, what can I do out of these bad things now? So everything that happens in life might not necessarily be good, but something good can come out of everything bad that happens in our life. Yeah. Something good can come out of every bad thing that happens in our life. And the best people to demonstrate this again are the Pandavas. They went through hell, literally. Yeah. So many steps and steps and steps. And they are pure devotees of the Lord. हम किस खेत के मूली ना इन्हें बोलते हैं. They are the pure devotees of the Lord, and they went through almost from our measurement a very hellish life. But every time they had trials and tribulations in their life, they stepped up one notch in their bhakti. How do we use this calamity in our life in Krishna's service? That's the question they were asking. And every time they changed it around. So bhakti is the art of transforming miseries into blessings. If we can just calm down and introspect and ask for Krishna for guidance, then we can convert those moments into some kind of blessings. The Lord